If you are a public or a private school teacher, you may be able to take advantage of a pretty interesting international project involving martial arts teachers, the world-famous anthropologist Dr. Jane Goodall, and, well, you. By the way, I'm recording this in the evening in Hilo, Hawaii, and those are koki frogs you hear in the background. Best of all, with today's school budget belt-tightening, this is a free thing. Allow me to explain. In 2007 or thereabouts, I read about Dr. Goodall's program called Roots and Shoots, which, by the way, is a spectacular program for children, and you can see it at rootsandshoots.org. Everything about Roots and Shoots is congruent with a very progressive movement I started in the martial arts community to teach young martial arts students about nature, about sustainability, and about community activism. When I saw Roots and Shoots, I immediately contacted Dr. Goodall's office, and I knew that martial arts schools could really embrace and serve the program's objectives, and I considered Dr. Goodall's approach perfectly relevant and applicable to self-defense, and on a global scale. I wrote Dr. Goodall a letter and spoke to a very nice woman in her office. About 2 weeks later, I made a follow-up call, and that same assistant told me that Dr. Goodall did not think that the martial arts school was a good fit for Roots and Shoots, as Dr. Goodall, in her words, did not believe in promoting violence. I didn't argue with Dr. Goodall's assistant, as I understood that she simply had no idea of the kind of education that my students and colleagues were promoting. She had no idea of the values being imparted, the lessons being taught, or our philosophy of nonviolence, of anger control, and community activism. I also realized I wasn't going to take no for an answer, but I was going to have to bring evidence of our work in the world. Most of what Dr. Goodall knew about the martial arts she'd probably seen on television or in movies. What I needed to bring was overwhelming evidence that we are not promoting violence, and in fact, exactly the opposite. And this is where you come in. My students, colleagues, and I are currently building a project portfolio, that is, the stories of what we are doing in our various communities, made up of 1,000 community projects. We invite you to participate with us and engage your students in one of our many different kinds of educational projects. We have a diabetes education project, we have a black belt garden project, an acts of kindness program, an anger management project, and just too many varieties of really cool short-term projects that can allow you and your students to be a part of this story. With your help, we might even get Dr. Goodall to re-look at my request. You just never know, and as a black belt and a teacher, I'm up for the challenge. To find out if you have a martial arts teacher working on this program in your area, write me at tomcallos@gmail.com, or you can phone me at 530-903-0286. It's Hawaii time. To see some of our project portfolio as it is now, visit ultimateblackbelttest.com. I hope you'll get involved with us, and thank you for listening.